Yeah.
All right.
Get out the insurance cards, get out the copays. The office is open, my friends. Brought to you by DrRoto.com.
So let's get to it.
Bring the pain!
Just let that one go for a few more seconds. What's up, everybody? How are you doing today? Welcome to Bring the Pain! Ooh, yeah! That's a whole new different intro, man. I decided to just come at it and go wild, man. What's up, Dan? How you doing?
I'm pretty good, man. How about yourself? How you doing today?
Whew. I am feeling good. I headed towards this point fight this weekend. My back hasn't been the best, which is weird because it's usually the knee with me, but my back is really throwing me off. So it's like almost I'm a little worried, but then I know that in my division, I'm still going to be good enough to win on Saturday.
Yeah.
So that's a big thing. But it does suck being like fast and not being able to like want to go at it fully. But I know once I get out there, I'm gonna be a madman.
You got to fight Robert again?
No. He better not show up. I mean, those guys were having problems last week with the guy that didn't want to get punched in the face. So, like, literally in this, it's like 1970 rules for point fighting. So these guys, like, don't believe. So, of course, after last year, what you saw me do, there was absolutely no face contact at all in my division. So I'm sitting there watching the dudes I beat up all year punch this guy in the face and literally physically and visually get frustrated because they're frustrated. And I'm like sitting there, and then the guy over there, dude, he was so funny. He stopped at one point. He's like, And
he turned around and went like this. He turned around.
Yeah, he went like that to Mark and Robert, man. And I mean, Mark and Robert are good, but like if they're busting you in the chops and you're acting like a little bitch, then at the same time, I'm going to turn you into one.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, man. But I was curious to see the people that showed up at that tournament. But that lets me know that I cannot fight under those rules, and I cannot fight in that tournament because I'm literally going to get in a lot of trouble. So
yeah,
it's just better. It's just better to not. So while everybody comes in, of course, Dan and I, this is the Fight Club of Pain. We talk UFC. We got UFC Qatar on the dockets this week. Tsarukyan versus Hooker. It's going to definitely be a banger for the main event. We also have a great co-main event that we'll also be covering between Belal Muhammad and Ian Machado Geary. Ooh, yeah, he gets the Geary name with the hyphen. It's hyphenated, huh? So, and we're going to be doing a third fight, too. The third fight that we're going to be doing is, I actually just kind of threw this, and it's Alex Perez versus Asu Almabayev, because ever since, I mean, I know that Asu has fought since, but really the Cop fight, that loss to him has really put him where he's at in the divisions. So when Dan and I, when we were talking earlier, that's kind of what I was getting at with the division and where this fight can go, because Perez hasn't won in a long time, won 4 in his last ones. But at the same time, Asu, we'll talk about that. But this is big. It's not going to say get him a title shot, but it could get him up there.
I say it gets him in the top 5 if he wins, maybe, because you figure it's number 7 versus number 8. I mean, Almabayev, if he wins, I think they just swap positions.
Yeah. And so then that gets really weird too, because if Roval goes out there and beats Cop, then you're going to say, okay, can you really put Almabayev over Cop when Cop's beat him? But if Roval loses, now he's got 2 quality losses. But then that fight's going to be crazy too, because we all know what Cop's going to do if he even makes the fight. And they were like, look, we'll give you a main event. I think Manuel Cop will show up. That fight could go either way, but I mean, even if Royval wins that fight, then he just stays in the top 3.
Yeah,
and it kind of muddles everything. So that's where I was trying to get at. And we'll talk a little bit more about that when we get to that fight. It'll actually be the first fight that we cover. But outside of that, I mean, your week's been crazy. You got an early truck on Monday, dude. That's insane.
It happens. It happens, man. It's always up in the air when the trucks come. I'm not complaining though. I'm not complaining at all.
No, no. So we'll just go back and do a small recap last week to what we did. Of course, I went 11-3 overall on my picks. I went 4-1, Dan 3-2. The only difference, me and Dan took a loss for JDM, of course, even though we knew Makachev was going to just eat him up, but he just ate him up. Ate him up.
Ragdoll.
JDM's face, like I said on Tuesday, looked like a beaten child. He looked like a dad was pissed.
Yeah, he looked like he was going to cry after the second round. Like he just didn't know he couldn't do anything.
Dude, that fifth each. What was actually funny is I'm surprised there is not this meme yet. Literally every round he came out with a different face. And it got progressively worse.
Yeah.
Where it was like literally it looked like by the fifth round he had a turtle head sticking out of his ass because he was very uncomfortable.
The whole thing is he didn't take any damage though. I mean, he could fight tomorrow if he wanted to. He took zero damage. Took zero damage. All he did is lay and pray on him. That's all Makachev did.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna talk it down about that approach at all because I always feel like if you are the bigger, stronger man, and I thought JDM would be a little bigger than him, but when I saw that face off and I saw how big Makachev was, I was like, oh no, no,
he's a big boy.
Yeah, he's just too much, man. He definitely took over that fight. He held him down. It went distance. We knew it was going distance. The money line was on the distance. And then outside of that, man, I'm going to bring it up, man. That Michael Morales game plan was flawless.
Yeah, he's a beast. I mean, I was looking past him.
Well, go ahead, talk about that a little bit.
Nah, I was looking past him. I wanted to see him handle wrestling, but he didn't need to. He needed all he did is use his hands.
Yeah, and so it was really weird. He had such a size advantage just being taller. He was leaned over, so his extension, he had his hands out. If Brady shot in at all, but it wasn't even like at that point. It was like Brady would be like, okay, I'm a work. But then when Morales came forward with that blitz, Brady's face just was like whack, 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 whack. And he couldn't take it. He didn't even think about grappling. He just took it and then they would reset and it was back to the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, he showed JDM how to fight a wrestler, but JDM didn't listen to it.
No. It just, that's just a good man right there. Makachev, he just went out there. He handled business. I mean, this was destiny, literally destiny for him. At this point, to be crowned right now, why not just go out and earn it now rather than have a blemish?
Yeah.
That's it. But, Makachev also has beaten Tsarukyan. So that says a lot what's going on with Tsarukyan and what's probably next for the step, because we'll talk a lot about that when we get to each of these fights, because I think each of these fights are definite. But dude, Carlos Prates versus Leon Edwards.
We called it. We called it.
Second round, bro.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said second round knockout.
We were about a minute and 20 seconds from the third minute of the second round knockout, which we would have had, like what we were talking about, which was a plus 2,200. Wow. That was, we didn't get it, but we were damn close, but we still got the second round knockout, first, second round knockout, second, third round knockout. Of course, that all being a plus 250, plus 330. Yeah, we're going to talk shit because guess what? We called it. So that's what we get to do this week.
Yes, sir. I mean, Leon Edwards got nothing left for the top five guys. I don't think he beats anybody in the top five.
I agree with that. speaking of Leon Edwards, did you watched that cartoon, didn't you?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah, it was funny.
All right, for everybody who hasn't watched the cartoon, we're going to actually change something up. This is going to be something new. I actually messaged the maker of this actual video, Mahajad. I think it's Mahajad, right? I'm going to make sure I get that right because I want to say his name correctly because, and I have pretty good practice now. And, okay, it's Mojahed Fudalede, or sorry if I screwed it up. Anyway, this dude has been making cartoons of the UFC fights for the last couple weeks. And speaking of the Carlos Prates, Leon Edwards, I want to make sure that you get over to his YouTube page. Check it out. He's also on Facebook and X. You just got to follow this dude, Mojahad, and I'm going to go Fuda Lat. I think I said it. I'm so sorry, but you can laugh at me. But here we go. Let's get to it. Let's get this. Enjoy this. Fight Club of Pain. Change up. Ooh, yeah. This is going to be funny. We'll actually get us with a commercial.
Hey, I'm really good about to knock the peoples for the first time on the UFC.
I'm going in to dominate. Remind me who I am, and I'll put them away. Too slow, you get knocked out. End of.
Dude, what's up with the foot?
Don't let him bully you, son. He's bullying you, son.
We're going to wrestle. Let's wrestle.
That's so disrespectful to pull up.
Round 2, fight.
He said, "Whoa."
Now look at me now. Look at me now.
You kinda.
True.
Chama!
Nutella cake, bro. Nutella cake. Wow. Carlos Prates, he eat Nutella cake in the fight week.
And I surprised how these guys who smoke all day beat the former champion, But he is good, like crazy performance. Finish former champion, like make it easy.
Headshot dead. Headshot dead. You suck. Boom. Roasted.
You kinda. Oh.
Just wrong.
Oh, dude. All right, everybody. That was something new I decided to throw in there, regardless of what not and who got. Yeah. Go follow him on YouTube, man. Dude, when I couldn't even stop. That stupid laugh when he patched that. For the people, there's already a meme that he knocked him silly like that. And I just, dude, he turned into a ghost. I was dead.
I mean, he was out. I mean, that was a bad knockout.
That was, dude. That lunging punch was so crazy.
When
All right, well.
When you smile after you get knocked out, you know something's wrong, man.
You definitely went somewhere far, far away. That is definitely that. So overall, with really good, Prates was 13%. Went on the X, called it out, said thank you for giving me 13%. Prates was a massive, massive, massive reason of why I was able to cash on the DFS slates. So thank you all the people that did not recommend Carlos Prates for your DFS lineups. And thank you to all the simulators who screwed everybody over and did not have Carlos Prates in your lineups. Because at 13% owned on the major slates for the UFC, that only shows why a human will always be better than a computer when it comes to fighting, especially giving advice. Yeah. I had to run it. What's up, Fuego Steve? How you doing, man? It's good to see you too. So, all right. Well, we did enough. Parlay of Pain went 4-1 last week, 4-1 the week prior. I think I'm digging a hole, but I got a definite Parlay of Pain this week. With this card, it was hard to kind of dice in because it's a favorite heavy card. There was a lot of huge numbers that I had to go around to be able to find something to make the Parlay of Pain plausible and a big chance to score big. We can get all 5 of these legs. You will get that at the end. Also, you will get a showdown slate for tonight's BiIls versus Texans game. You will also get a simulated lineup as well too. I tinkered with that because I figured that this would work a little better towards that. So you can get all that. You're going to get your DFS hero simulated UFC lineup on DraftKings for this week and my DraftKings lineup as well. This is what we do, Dan. This is what the Fight Club of Pain is about.
That's right.
All right, man. Well, let's get to it. Let's get to the opening match. Let's get to UFC Fight Night Qatar. In this corner, we have Alex Perez. In this corner, we have Asu Almabayev. Dan, talk about it.
All right, I'm going to start with Perez, man. He's the number 7 flyweight in the world, but I don't know why. He's 1-4 in his last 5 fights, and he hasn't fought in over a year due to a knee injury. He should not be in the top 10. There's a lot of guys that deserve that number 7 spot more than he does because he rarely fights. He's only fought 5 times since 2019.
Go on.
But he's a well-rounded fighter, and he's comfortable wherever the fight brings him. Hopefully he trusts that knee because if he does, he'll become that explosive fighter that he's known to be. And he's good on the feet, he's good on the ground, and he does like to use his clinch, and that's a lot of leg power. So I hope he trusts that knee. Almabayev, he's the number 8 flyweight in the world. He's 5-1 in his last 6. He's a smothering grappler, and he has a relentless chain wrestling. He's still trying to find himself as a striker, but he is steady on his feet and puts together really good combinations to get in for the clinch.
Man, bro, I could tell you right now, I could marry you clearly on the way that you deliver these every single week. Cheers to that, my friend. Dan is right. We have what's going to be a has-been in this fight with someone who had practically everything given to him at this point. Not saying the UFC gave it to him, but had the right moment up until, like we were saying earlier, Manel Kopp beating him. And that is Asu Almabayev. Asu Almabayev is going to be Almabayev. That's actually the easiest name, even though I'm saying it. I need to just get more drink. I got to get more some stuff here. Yo, what's up, Replay Real? We're doing the UFC. You think, okay, so we will get to these questions right now. We're actually 2 fights away from that fight. We will talk about that as well,
get
too.
to it.
And I see you replay Real.
Yeah.
It's good to see everybody, man. What's up? All right. So in this thing, Alex Perez does have the skills to knock out and tap Asu Almabayev, right? But I don't think he can do that. I just feel right now, as you were talking about, that Asu has the better overall body. Plus, I don't like Perez's size anymore. He's like a twig. And Almabayev is going to be able to sit there and grab him and be able to do what he wants. Now, I do worry a little bit with the striking of Alex Perez because I think he can tat up. You brought up the knee. The knee is a perfect way to stop Asu shooting. But do you think that's going to be able to stop Asu from shooting?
I don't think so, man. he shoots, like I said, he shoots and then he shoots and then he shoots. He's relentless with the chain wrestling, so he's going to keep trying to get that takedown.
I agree with that 100%, man. This fight right here, the reason why I brought this fight to the Fight Club of Pain was because of the implications. As we were talking about earlier, if Asu wins this match, he will hop over Perez. Perez is probably going to go down 2 spots. But because we have Rovell versus Kopp later in December, that's not going to determine the full positioning for Asu yet. Because as we were talking about earlier, Kopp, if he wins, if he beats Rovell, Kopp's moving up. But if he loses, I still can't put Asu above Kopp, even though Kopp is relentless. Do you agree with that statement, or do you see this division going a different way?
I think no matter what, we have to wait for the Brandon Moreno fight in a few weeks and the Josh Van Pantoja fight to see where this whole division is going right now.
I agree with that 100%, because if Pantoja loses to Van, that puts Pantoja right up in there. And Pantoja and Asu right now? Oh, I don't know about that. That'd be a crazy match, but it's going to be Pantoja winning. So
right now, I don't see Asu getting a title shot until he fights either Tyra, Royval, Moreno, or the winner of Van Pantoja. I mean, he has to win at least 2 more to even be considered in a title shot.
Honestly, the only thing he can do right now is beat Perez.
Yeah.
So Asu Almabayev, you better go whoop his ass, because that's the only way you're going to get any kind of lickings from any of that. Because I don't, like, I'm not going to say it, but I can see Brandon Moreno knocking him out, right?
Yeah.
I can see it. I can see Royval putting 400 punches in his face. I can see Josh Van scrapping with him, but overall turning him over and doing that. But he is good.
Yeah, he's good.
Do you think Kopp can beat any of those guys?
I think Kopp is it. It depends on which Kopp shows up.
Dude.
I think he can beat anybody in the world on any given night, but it depends on if the real Kopp shows up.
That's right. So with that, let's run through some of the numbers to see where these numbers are running, because I played them. That's what we got. Distance, yes, because a lot of people think this fight is going over. Distance, yes, is a -168. However, distance, no, is a +130. I love to play with those no's. We know that. Knockout, +380. Sub, +310. That is really easy. Both of these guys have sub arsenals. Perez can sub, but he's just been getting subbed a lot, which also plays into the decision no bet, which I love on Almabayev. A -148, saying you give me a finish on the Asu side, and if it goes distance, I get my money back. So that's almost a no-brainer. Under 2.5 rounds at +154 is kind of septic. It can happen, it might not happen. But what I really like about it on the Asu side is sub second, third round +900. And I love the second minute of any round is a +1200. Money line distance, yes, +106. Knockout and sub for Almabayev is a +280. On the Perez side, knockout and points +210. Knockout second, third round is a +1200. Money line distance, yes, is a +352. Decision no bet +160. What is that got you thinking, Dan?
I think everybody thinks this is going to decision.
Yeah. So who do you got winning?
I got Almabayev winning by decision.
All right, that's a 106. So we're throwing that in there, and this is what my theory is on the finish. As I just said, I feel that Perez is not scared to scrap, but I feel that Almabayev is going to overpower him at some point if he doesn't get that first initial rush, which is why I'm defending myself with the 2 minute of any round for a finish for Almabayev, because I feel that in the first round, if he's able to get that first takedown, they're going to scrap. If he, as Dan's talked about, Almabayev scrapping, if he can scrap, he might be able to scrap to a submission. Now, of course, we're going to throw all the money at the end of the line, but that's why I like the knockout and sub, and that's why I like playing the different lines right there too. Also, because I feel that on the Almabayev side, that he's going to win by points, and he has a chance for a sub before a knockout. A sub, I'm definitely looking at the sub and points for Almabayev at -165. So that's a safe play. I love the decision no bet. You're covered on both ends. It's a decent return. You will have to play a couple bets, but dude, I think we nailed that fight. I think this fight, and if there's a finish, it's most likely on the Almabayev side. But you know me, I'm a degenerate, dude. I'm playing knockout and I'm playing submission. Oh, dude. All right. Let's move it along. Because this fight actually means something, and this fight is going to be a banger. When I heard this fight was announced, when you heard this fight was announced, I couldn't believe it was announced because it not only makes sense, it also gives us a great fight on a card. We're talking about Bilal, remember the name, Muhammad versus Ian Machado Gary.
Oh, yeah, I like saying that name, Machado Gary. It makes me think of Manny Machado. But he wasn't a guy, he wasn't a king like the King Macho Man. Oh, no.
Dan, talk about it.
All right, I'm going to start with Machado Gary, man. He's coming off a huge win off of Carlos Prates. And you have to be a bad man to beat Prates. He's a precision striker with a sniper-like straight left hand. He has a creative stand-up arsenal that he uses his elite speed and distance management, his movement and footwork, and it gives him good strike options if he stays disciplined in that area. Sometimes he gets jumpy and sometimes he gets sloppy. But when he stays disciplined, Machado Gary is probably one of the best strikers in the whole UFC. Bilal Muhammad, the former champ. This is a return fight after losing his title to, JDM. And we all know what happened to JDM. He has a wrestling heavy, relentless pressure fighter that thrives by closing the distance, creating clinches, and grinding against the cage. He has great durability and a solid chin. He's fought the best this division has. Hopefully he forgets about boxing and uses his smothering game plan to neutralize Gary's striking.
Dude, the fact that he tried to box with JDM shows that sometimes fighter IQ is huge.
Yeah.
It's big. And I don't know what he's thinking. You said it exactly. He's got to wrestle. He has to wrestle. There's no if against it. But honestly, I just think what you said exactly about Ian Machado Gary, that he's going to be able to maintain his distance. He was able to bang with Carlos Prates. And we all know what happens when you bang with Carlos Prates, right? But he was able to absorb all that. I took Prates in that fight. And I think you took Gary.
I took Gary, yeah.
You took Gary. That might have been one of your unbeaten weeks, too. All those units we keep earning everybody. But at the same time, dude, the attack, the relentless style of Gary is going to set the pace of this match. If Muhammad can get him down, do you think he can hold down Gary?
I don't think he can hold him down. It's going to be a lot like the JDM fight. Gary's real good at getting up when he's on his back, and he has really good takedown defense also.
Yeah. I want to say something, too. This kind of goes to where Gary's body type kind of benefits him. He's like a skinny dude. He's like just a skinny dude.
He's really long for the division, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really long and lean for the division, and I think that's good. Plus, everyone forgets Gary is a BJJ black belt. So
that is right.
If it goes to the ground, Muhammad better watch for a submission too.
You better let's talk about some of those things. So let's run through the numbers because we know we got them. We got those numbers. Distance, no, -270, or that's actually distance. That might have changed. It's -280 now. We got knockout plus 350, sub plus 650, under 2.5 rounds plus 235. Well, I don't know, man. They get me. On the Gary side, we got negative 320 for the decision no bet. I love it. That gives you some action where you can get it. Money line and distance, yes, for Gary, because it is going to be hard to finish Belal Muhammad. He is actually a really good fighter, even though some people think he's boring. He is very durable.
The champ in that division is boring. He just proved it on Saturday. But, boring wins championships.
It does. So that's where the boring could take this fight over. So first and second round on the Gary side, of course, plus 600. I love the action. I want him to get in the face. If Gary is to make a leap and bound in this division, put a name for himself, and put himself into a title discussion, he has to knock out Belal Muhammad. He has to. That's to me, you have to do that. That's why Carlos Prates, even after losing to Gary, gets to call out the champ, because he's knocking people out. So I feel that that's it. Knockout in points is safe at negative 210 on the Gary side. Knockout and sub plus 290. I like that. I'm going to run this through the Muhammad real quick, and we'll get back into the fight theory. Muhammad, sub in points plus 240. Money line distance, yes, plus 274. Decision no bet plus 230. I like that. I'll play. I've got a quarter of a unit on that. And sub, second and third round. Look, if Muhammad, I called him Muhammad, Belal Muhammad wants us to remember his name, you're going to need to tap out Ian Machado Gary in the second or third round for a plus 2,700. You hear that? 2,700 for a chance. A chance at a big payout. I'm going to throw down a half unit on that. Dan, what do you got from those numbers, my brother?
To me, it sounds like everybody thinks this is going the distance also.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Everybody wants it to go the distance, but I want to will this shit right into existence that we're going to get a finish from Gary or Muhammad. Who you got winning?
I think this plays out exactly the way the JDM fight did for Belal Muhammad. I think he's going to try to stand and bang with Chadu Gary, and his hands just aren't good enough to fight with the best of the division. He needs to rely on what brought him to the dance. Isn't that what they say in football? Rely on what brings you to the dance.
Exactly.
If he doesn't wrestle, I think it's going to be a close fight.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's going to be a split decision, but I think Gary's going to win.
Gary's going to win. And right now, the money line, of course, for Gary is a negative 265. I like that. Gary, of course, negative 265 and negative 280 updated parlayed together is a negative 120. That gives you everything you need, and it gives you a little extra money. I think that's easy. That's why I love the decision no bet as well, too. It's a negative 320. You throw in the money. You get some action on the finish. If you don't, you get your money back, but you also have the parlay that Dan just suggested, and that will win you some money. But you know me, man. I'm doing it, and I'm going to go live right now. I actually did not pick this fight because I'm kind of scared to pick against Belal Muhammad, but I am going to pick Ian Machado Gary, and let's do Ian Machado Gary finish. All right? So this is it. This is what we do. And everybody's going to think I'm crazy. I'm crazy, right, Dan? I'm crazy, right, Dan?
Yeah.
We're going to do Ian Machado Gary winning minute. We're not going to pick the round. We're just going to pick the winning minute. The winning minute. And that is going to be, you know how we roll it? We're going to do fourth minute. That's a plus 1,000 of any minute. So that's way we get a chance at the end of the first round when they size up. Maybe Belal fails on a couples, send. We get that knockout. No. Second round, a little more feel out. He takes Gary down. Gary gets up because Belal kind of tires out. But, you know, he's got a good tank. Bam, snap, right before the bell. Fourth minute, we get that. I like that. I'm going to play that. But, of course, I got the knockout first and second round. I got the knockout in points at negative 210. That's what I'm playing. So that way I get the action all across the board with Gary, and we're going to win some money, man. We are. Yeah. All right, brother, man. You ready to move on?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. UFC Fight Night, Qatar. Main event pits. Omen, the mouth runner, the shit talker, Tsarukyan vs. Dan Hooker. Dan, talk about it. Defend your fighter.
All right, man. You gave me Dan Hooker this week. He's on a 3-fight winning streak, but he's coming off a real bad injury. He's a long-range sniper when it comes to his fighting style. He's fast on his feet, and he has a dangerous arsenal at his expense. He uses knees, elbows, and, of course, fists. He packs KO power in every aspect of it. He is a little bit shaky in the bottom position, but he does scramble well to get back to his feet. His plan is to keep it on the feet and piece up Tsarukyan to make it a long night.
Ooh-wee. We're talking about Armin Tsarukyan. This crazy name. We're talking about the Kalaketsa. Oh, yeah, say that twice time. Originally from Lionheart, we got Armin Tsarukyan representing American top team for MMA. We're talking about 22-3, 3 losses. He's got 9 knockouts. He's got 5 subs, 8 decisions. He's only been knocked out by one guy, Alexander Billick, right? Boom. He's had 2 decision losses. But that's okay, because one of them is to the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, Islam Makhachev. And a loss to Islam Makhachev is a beautiful loss in anybody's. The fact that he didn't look like a little boy like JDM only shows the grit, the power, the shit talking that our boy Armin Tsarukyan is. This started at an age of young Armenian. That's what he is. As he watched his father create a construction business, he decided to go play hockey for 10 years, but he had to quit because he had to help his dad save the family business, the construction business. That's where he turned to MMA. When he turned to MMA, he led to freestyle wrestling back when he was before all this. He put it all together and decided to run his mouth because he wants a piece of Topuria. He wants Topuria more than Topuria wants Topuria. And Topuria loves a whole lot of Topuria. So when you took and you think that Armin Tsarukyan is coming into this fight with everything to ride on, my client has everything to lose and everything to gain. Dan, talk about it.
Yeah, man. This fight's up in the air for me. I'm a big fan of Dan Hooker. I like his fighting style, man. I like the stand up and bang style that he has. He's real good in the Muay Thai clinch. He throws those knees and those elbows, especially coming off of the cage clinches. Tsarukyan loves the cage push, but Tsarukyan, man, he's such a good wrestler. And he just beats you down. His chain wrestling is relentless. It's this fight is crazy to me. And these two don't like it. These two don't like each other at all. So it's going to be a fun watch.
That's going to be. I don't even think there's going to be a bang moment, man. I don't think there's going to be a bang. There could be.
Yeah.
There could be, because, as you said, that's the one thing about Tsarukyan that if all of you aren't UFC people, Tsarukyan has been running his mouth constantly, left and right. He's like, I need this. This is my title shot. That's my title you have. You shouldn't be fighting Oliveira. I beat Oliveira, blah, blah, blah. Like,
I agree with him.
Yeah.
I agree with him. It should have been his title shot.
But then there's that injury, the whole thing, man. What do you think about that?
I think Tsarukyan takes time off when he wants to. I mean, the guy's a billionaire outside of the octagon. So, I mean, there's he doesn't have to fight. He wants to fight.
Exactly. That's a different breed of animal. That's like that's what makes us different. You know, like people, I get that all the time. Dude, you're 47. Why the hell are you fighting, bro? Don't you worry about your job? Look, I like my job, but I like getting in that ring and I was about to say the F word. I was trying to be nice. I love beating the daylights. I like getting that win. I like just being able to go out there, get in that mode, throw side kicks, back punches, fly around. Just become a total chaotic entity in that ring. I love that rush, Dan.
I know you do.
I know, man. It's so sad I didn't get the fight. It would have been so funny watching me get disqualified, though, because I'd have probably mouthed off. But the problem is I can't mouth off until, I'm that level of fighter with these guys. Until then, I'm a brown belt, so I got to keep my mouth shut. But I don't keep my mouth shut. So, let's hit the numbers. I love the number one, the best bet I love for this fight is under 3.5 rounds at -128. I think if there's a finish, it's happening under 3.5, and I almost want to say that's easy money to me. And then so distance, no, -215, knockout plus 105, knockout for both fighters. Honestly, Hooker can knock out Tsarukyan, Tsarukyan can knock out Hooker. This is the thing. Sub plus 330. Of course, that's more on the Tsarukyan side. Decision no bet on the Hooker side plus 410. I'm going to throw a quarter of a unit. No, actually, let me rephrase that. I have already thrown a quarter of a unit on the decision no bet on the Dan Hooker side. Totally love it. Knockout for Dan Hooker is a plus 800. Knockout points plus 440. Moneyline distance no plus 528. Knockout 1, 2, 3 for Hooker is plus 1200. All of that is juicy ass freaking numbers, bruh. I just love it all. But man, when I get to Tsarukyan side, they were trying to play me. They said, you ain't gonna find nothing, Mr. Heat Override, because your decision no bet is a -650. You know what? Whatever. That's why we found moneyline distance no for -147 parlay. Sub 1, 2, 3 plus 550. Oh, you try to play me out. Knockout 1, 2, 3 plus 230. We're throwing about a quarter of unit on that. We're also on the sub. We're also throwing a half a unit on that because knockout and sub is a -145. We're throwing 3 units on that. We're doing knockout 4, Tsarukyan 155, half unit, sub, full unit. But I'm telling you right now, the under 3.5 is where I threw my 5 units because I want to finish. Dan, what's that tell you, my brother?
The numbers tell me everyone thinks Tsarukyan's going to win.
Mm-hmm. But who do you have winning, sir?
Man, I love Dan Hooker. I do. I love his fighting style, but Tsarukyan, man, he wants that title shot, and he deserves that title shot. And if he gets past Dan Hooker tonight, he gets that title shot.
Yep.
I got Tsarukyan winning by decision. I think this goes the distance.
Woo! You get that plus 170. Dan's parlay becomes a plus 195. So look what we just told you. Dan's got you covered on the distance and parlay of 195. Also, he's got that money line. We have you covered for all the knockouts and crazy stuff that you think that might happen, or I think is going to happen, because of course I'm taking Tsarukyan as well too, but I'm taking Tsarukyan by knockout and sub -145. If Tsarukyan, because there is politics sometimes, this is why I feel politics are huge. If Tsarukyan can knock out or sub Dan Hooker within the first 3 rounds, I think that warrants a title shot. If he wins by going the distance, it allows another top 10 fighter to secure an epic win. I do feel because of his attitude and the way he talks way too much shit on X might get him hopped. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, but I mean, this fight, man, if God forbid, if Dan Hooker wins, say Dan Hooker knocks him out, right?
Yes, we'll win a lot of money too.
Does Dan Hooker jump Paddy Pimblett, Max Holloway, Justin Gaethje? Does he jump them and get Leah next?
No, I don't think so at all. Because
does Hooker need 2 more?
See, I think he would need 2 more. But here's the thing. This is where what I was talking about politics. it's going to be Pimblett. It's going to be Pimblett because he runs his mouth more than anybody, right?
Yeah, but Patty Pimblett's ranked number 5. Dan Hooker's ranked number 6, one right below him.
Okay. So practically, so you're saying, so I mean, but Pimblett had a good win. He had a good win. But so at this point, to settle this, we need another match with Pimblett. Then is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, if Hooker wins, if Hooker beats Tsarukyan, I think he needs to fight either Patty or Justin Gaethje, man, because I wanted to see that Justin Gaethje Dan Hooker fight that got canceled.
Dude, look at you coming back from the past, dude. I knew where you going. I knew it because I know you don't want to see Max Holloway versus Dan Hooker. You don't want that.
I think Max Holloway would piece Dan Hooker up.
Exactly. So now that we're talking about these champions, the lightweight division, and who Topuria should fight. And we talked about Tsarukyan wins this. He's going to run his mouth. He's number 1. He deserves it. He beat Oliveira. Oliveira just won in handily fashion. To me, it comes down to Holloway, Gaethje wanting that title shot, which I think has been pushed aside, Pimblett, and Hooker. If Hooker wins, it puts him in discussion. But as it says, you need to see him win one more fight. But if Tsarukyan wins this, there's no way that a fight between Holloway and Pimblett could jump him, or is it?
They're saying Holloway and Oliveira are going to fight for the BMF belt early next year, so probably February-ish. So Holloway and Oliveira are going to fight again for that. That's their second fight. But I mean, whoever wins that fight should win. Or should be the number 1 guy, and fight the winner. If Tsarukyan wins, fight the winner of Tsarukyan and Topuria.
Okay, now this goes back. Do you want to see Holloway Topuria?
I do. I want to see it at 155. I want to see a I want to see a bigger weight max fight.
Okay. So you want to see the extra pounds hitting?
Yeah, I don't want to see a drained Max trying to hit 145.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah,
their last fight was at 145. Mm-hmm. So it was a drained Max Holloway.
Okay.
And
all right.
that was coming right off of the fight with Gaethje, where he was at 155. So he had to lose all that extra weight to get down to 45.
Yeah. This is what we do, people. This is what makes the Fight Club of Pain crazy, because like I said, there's a lot of podcasts, a lot of smarks out there that are going to give you a lot of this information, but what me and Dan provide here is a different idea, a theory, a thought. Is there a finish? Isn't there a finish? What about this? We could do this all day. That's why we got this, man. But man, this is what I love to do, and this is why, and I feel bad that I'm going to say this, but this is what makes the UFC, DFS, and betting more enthralling. I say it every single week, but every single week I get more excitement, especially with all the lineup trains and everything that gets muddled down at this time of the NFL season. The UFC is still running strong, coming off a massively strong pay-per-view, still being able to put out a pay-per-view like this, Dan.
Yeah. I mean, the top 3 fights on this card are fantastic, and plus, what we got WCA on this card now, right?
Yes, we got Waldo Cortez Acosta fighting his 5th fight, of course, against Shamil Gaziev. Shamil Gaziev was in a smash match. He was going to beat the brakes off of Sergey Spivaks, and now he literally is going to be an underdog because WCA don't give a shit.
He'll fight anybody.
Yeah,
he'll fight anybody.
Dude, he'll get poked in the eye, come back out, and knock your head off.
Yeah.
Seriously. That fight was crazy too. But, dude, this is, and you got to go back. You got Beskat Almakhan, fighting Alexander Topuria. Speaking of Topuria, so that's a really nice close. You got Nicholas Dalby fighting Sagid Izgazemegev. So, whatever. I'm not going to say it. You get the whole fight. But, people, this is why it's free. It's fun. It's part of Dr. Roto. And let me just tell y'all right now, y'all ready for it? because Dan doesn't know about this. I held this off. For the next few days, for the week, we have lit up a code. We are giving you access to Dr. Roto using the code word playoffs, and you will get access to our site. That means you can go into the subs only Discord. Once you get authorized there, go follow the subs only Discord, pop in, and you can attend Dr. Roto's 10:30 a.m. Sunday show for your starting 6 questions to make it to your fantasy football playoffs this year. These are vital 10 days. These are the last 2 weeks in most 13-week leagues, and you need that help, and you're getting it free from Dr. Roto. Also, you will be able to see the 5-tastic picks, which are amazing. Went 4-1 on a parlay round robin last week as well too. The 5-tastic picks have been hitting and solid. You will be behind the paywall using code word playoffs. If there's a problem or something like that, the timing is off right now, then just hit us up on the X or at Dr. Roto on Facebook. We will make sure that we get that handled for you. But we are giving you Dr. Roto. You are getting all of that great site. You're getting the IDP. You're getting Doctor. You're getting Danger. You're getting Lou. You're getting Trevor. Trevor, $100,000 winner.
They're getting you too, bro. They're getting you too.
You're getting the Fight Club of Pain, dude. And seriously, literally one of the. Now that we're out of our rookie season, me and Dan are planning a review show at the end of this year because there's only 3 events. So there's no Fight Club next week. It's Thanksgiving, and there's no UFC event. After that, we get 323, and then of course we get Roval versus Cop. Nothing out right now. After that, me and Dan will do a year in review and just talk about the fun little things. Actually, you should probably go make, if you people are out there, go make some of those future bets. There's still positives on champions that will be winning here in 2 weeks to end the year as a champion. That's an easy bet. It's one fight. If they win, you get the positive, and you'll get paid at the end of the year. So there's your next year. That'll pay for your insurance premiums. Yeah.
Hey, one more thing, man. Can we talk about how stacked that welterweight division is right now?
Woo! Yes, we can.
170-pound division right now with Makhachev just winning the title.
Yeah, dude, we could go right into that. Go for it.
The top 15 is ridiculous. I mean, when your number 15 fighter is Daniel Rodriguez.
Yes. You got Jeff Neal,
Colby Covington, Gilbert Burns, Bonfim. Joaquin Buckley is the 10th ranked fighter. You got Leon Edwards, Kamaru Usman, Sean Brady, Machito Gary, Carlos Prates, Rachmanov, Michael Morales, Belal Muhammad, JDM, and our champ. That is a crazy top 15.
People don't even know. Like, dude, Brady's done. He's out. We don't care about him right now. Dude, I think Usman. I think Makhachev wants Usman. I think he wants Usman.
I think Usman needs another fight. I think Usman needs to fight somebody in the top 5.
All right, I'm going to put this out right now. Michael Morales knocks out Islam Makhachev. Watch that shit happen. I'm going to play that right now. If you could buy that bet next year, 2026 welterweight champion Michael Morales, I bet that's a plus 3,500 when it comes out next year. I'm putting my money on that.
I want to see Morales versus Prates.
You stop. I think it's going to happen. I think Prates versus Morales.
I think that's the title eliminator right there.
I don't want to see my fighting nerd get knocked out. I don't want to, man.
That's the title eliminator right there.
But like you said, if Machado Gary wins this, he's popping up. I think he goes under. So this will be your top. Makhachev, Madalena, Morales, Prates, Gary. But Gary beat Prates.
Yeah, but what about Rachmanov?
He hasn't fought yet. He needs to just go somewhere.
He's hurt again.
That's why he's going to move down. Those are the top guys. I feel if that's right now, I'm telling you, that's going to be the top. That's going to be the top thing.
But everybody's trying to shoot Kamaru Usman to the moon right now.
Hey,
I'd like to see Kamaru Usman fight the winner of the Gary Muhammad fight.
Okay. No, I like that. That'll do a lot for Gary because then he beats him, and then you figure out Morales Prates, and then you figure out what you go from there. Because I think that right there, that's how you do it right there.
That's matchmaking right there.
That's it right there. All right, I know that people want that NFL Showdown Slate lineup, so let's get to that. And then here goes all the lineups, people. This is what you're looking for. So Mad Mario again asked us earlier, do you think Armin gets it done? I hope we answered that for you. We think Armin gets it done. Dan got the distance money line, and I got knockout sub. We're going to have fun, but we both got them, and that's it. Here goes your DFS lineup for the Showdown Slate tonight by me. Higgins is your captain. Josh Allen, James Cook, Woody Marks, Fairbairn, and Wright. I went a little safe. That's a safe lineup. Let's roll over to the DFS Hero lineup. The DFS Hero lineup put Allen as your captain. Bills defense, Cook, Higgins, Shavers, Shakir. If you take the Bills defense, eliminate him, you can get Fairbairn. I think Fairbairn's probably going to be a more solid pick than the Bills, because if the Texans do move the ball against the Bills, then they're most likely going to be kicking field goals. Fairbairn is off of 2 games, 18, I think, in his last one, and 15, 14 on the one previous to that. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. I know Replay Reel was looking for angle. Replay Reel, a lot of people are using Shavers as the DFS, lineup saving. I think in a blowout, no matter what, Higgins is getting enough play, and I don't think enough people will be on the Higgins, although as you can see, when I did the simulation, Higgins did pop in the simulation, but I was able to save money and get better players by being able to put him as my captain. So if you got another question, ask that. But dude, I got a DFS lineup for UFC Qatar. I'm
making mine right now. Give me 1 second.
You're getting, so while Dan makes his, I'm going, okay, now mind you, this is because of prices. So when I say this, hopefully Dan's right about that one fight with going the distance. All right, Tsarukyan, Muhammad, there you go. If Muhammad and Gary go the distance and Muhammad's able to wrestle, great. Bogdan Grad, Almabayev, Gaziv, and Ozadimir. Now look, that was before, it was Gaziv before WCA got added. So with that being said, I'm going to give you the DFS Hero simulated lineup, and the simulated lineup on DraftKings. Use code word DOC at DFS Hero. You will get 20% off. Also, just use code word playoffs and you get Dr. Roto for 5 days. After that, use code word win. You get a percentage off of your playoffs. All right. With everything going on, here is your simulated UFC lineup for this week. We got Rockman, Taporia, Tsarukyan, Freeman, Hermanson, Dalby. I love the Freeman play. Freeman's going to literally, he's probably going to be around 40, 50% owned. So I love that play. The Taporia play, that's also a sneaky play. You're probably going to get him at 17 to 20%. So I like that play as well, the Taporia play. Dan, what's your lineup?
I'm going Dan Hooker, Machado Gary, Alonzo Menningfield, Riley, Ozdemir, and Almabayev.
Wow, I love that lineup. I like that lineup. That lineup's really rocking, man. And even with the Dalby, Dalby you can actually switch out for Dan Hooker. So on that lineup, you could switch out for him, and then you could even go up to Bilal Muhammad or Grad off of that. So then you would have Rockman, Taporia, Tsarukyan, Freeman, Grad, and Hooker, or take Grad out and put Bilal Muhammad. Honestly, I think that probably is the winner right there. That's a really good lineup. It's predicted 367 points on DraftKings. Oh, dude, this is going to be a crazy game. But now we get to the Parlay of Pain. Ooh, yeah. This has been fire. So, again, I had to work. Freeman, leg 1, money line, negative 215. I just had to take it. Freeman definitely is not only the favorite against Merrick Bougelo, but he should be able to get a finish as well. There is some finishes that I have. Those finishes Well, unfortunately, because I'm going to be fighting on Saturday and this event starts at 10:15, I'll be fighting when these fights are fighting. So I will not be able to get you those bets, but definitely look, I'll try to have that in the subs only Discord at Dr. Roto. So all the new people that come to Dr. Roto and want that UFC coverage, that awesome UFC coverage, we're up like 100 units for the year. You can get it for free with the code word playoffs. So Freeman, money line, leg 1, -215. Leg 2, Dalby fight, no distance, -106. Brings the parlay 2-leg 2 plus 184. We're going the Riley fight, distance, no, -146. Reason why we're going distance, no, is those some had been between the knockouts, the 1 and 2s. The 146 was actually the safest of the bets. That's what we're trying to do. We're not making a safety parlay. We're trying to get that. That's somebody else's job, and they rock as hell. Hello, those guys are awesome. Hermanson, distance, no, -102. Brings it to, well, the 3-leg is a plus 379. Now we're at 4-leg plus 850. The 5th and final leg, remember when I was talking about distance? Under 3.5 rounds for the Tsarukyan fight is a -132. I thought that this may be one of the safer bets that I want to make by taking a chance at a finish for this fight. It brings the parlay of pain to a plus 1569. People, you have to round robin that. When I say I go 4-1, 4-1, and then I'm going 4-1 for the money line, you can look at the 3 losses, but the round robin takes the 4 wins and makes the 4-pack parlay, the 3-pack parlays, and the 2-pack parlays off of that. With a lot of these numbers being, of course, negatives, but close to the money lines, you're going to be able to get a lot of positives on the doubles and triples that'll be able to turn your money. Again, when we look at these parlays, you're looking at that 1569. And the sauce that we've been doing at Dr. Roto has been, and what me and Dan have been preaching, has been the round robin. Because, look, I'm putting in 26 to probably about 150 bets, right? So my out the door is anywhere from $5 to $6. If all 5 legs hit, I have over $100 chance at over $100. But even when they don't, when they go 4-1, I still return 40 to 50 to $60 on just a few dollars, people. Few dollars. This is the education that we try to teach to help you build your bankrolls. Dan, man, another amazing show, bro. What you got coming at me?
I had fun, man. It's been a trip, man. We only got what two more left for the year.
2 more. We got UFC 323, and then of course we got the UFC, and that's Rovel versus Cop, dude. Yeah. Like, okay, so for the people that really aren't really looking, we'll give a quick one so I know we got this next one. So 323 it features, of course, Dvalishvili versus Peter Yan, which, I know people are giving Peter Yan, he's not beating Dvalishvili. Just put that there. Alexander Pantoja versus Joshua Van. Love it. Moreno versus Teixeira, right? This is what we're talking about. You get Cejudo versus Peyton Talbot. What a great fight.
And Jan Blachowicz is back.
Yes, with Bogdan Goskov. That's like take the most hard-nosed junk dudes, and they're not junk like skill-wise, and just ram them in together and just let them just knock each other out.
I love the Terrence McKinney Chris Duncan fight on there too. And
that's the problem. I love the problem, Chris Duncan, man. I want him to get on the freaking podcast. He wants to come on. He needs to come on. Dude. But go on.
And then Macy Barber got dropped to the prelims, but Macy Barber's fighting Silva.
Yeah. Yep. And we just talked about Macy Barber, dude. Literally. Like a week or 2 ago. And how that her comeback to this moment, I got Barber winning already, just because I watched that thing. I know Silva's awesome. Might have Silva winning in some way. But I don't want to even, Nazim Sadikov versus Faria Ziem. That's an amazing lightweight match. You got Vittori against Bruno Ferreira. Dude, that's a great fight too. Edison Barboza, Jalen Turner. I mean, Ibo Aslan. We got Awu Banaruski. Dude, and then we got Mansour Abdul Malak.
That Edison Barboza versus Jalen Turner is going to be a banger.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This whole card, people don't think, and we got our soft ass dude Myron Santos starting the whole thing off. You know, so I hope he wakes up, man. I think he's been sleeping for a couple fights, but dude,
Man, he only lost one fight though. He only lost one fight.
he fell asleep. He fell asleep for me.
He did fall asleep.
And I'm just he pulled a Malcolm Wellmaker, man.
Man, how far did Marvin Vittori fall this year, man? He was main eventing cards at this time last year, and now he's 19-9, and on the early prelims.
Barely, he almost got finished in his last fight too. He's bloody as hell, but he just never quits. He never gives up. He just does crazy, wild stuff, and that's what we love this game for, man. You know, I say a lot of crazy things. And it's not just because it's the shiny new toy, the UFC, DFS, and all that stuff. It's just really fun to talk with you and figure these fights out, because I feel that these numbers are better overall than football. And I'd rather play a sport that gives me better numbers to win more money than a muddled down sport that has everybody looking at it and all eyes on it. Look, you got all the touchdown props at -165. Now you have them trying to do the knockouts. And the sport books are trying to keep up with people like us. They can't figure us out because the numbers tell them this is what's going to happen. And they're just like, huh? And they don't understand it. So they're trying to call people, and they don't. Yeah. They're just not catching it, man. That's why I think it's easier to take advantage of.
And how many times this year alone have we picked the underdog and won on that, and had people win on the underdogs we picked?
Exactly. I mean, the soup can of the week, when we pulled out, that's like the treat. That's like you get the soup can of the week article when it's nice and tasty, when the soup is right? And this whole card soup. So we don't need no soup. That's muddled soup, right? That's right. Just it right there. I mean, RDR. We've talked about a lot of different bets that we've hit over the week. You know what? There's not a football bet hit in 2,700. And you go, oh, well, this guy can score a touchdown as a first touchdown, and it's great. Yeah, but guess what? That happens once, maybe the whole year, and it probably doesn't happen all the time. Yes, there's always a first touchdown guy, but guess what? At only one point can you hit a knockout at plus 2,700. At one point can you hit Aaron Blanchfield getting the choke out at plus 700, at plus 450. Stacked. When you just take what are you going to... Anytime, what are you football people going to do? You going to stack anytime touchdown with first touchdown? How's that going to work out for you when that anytime touchdown doesn't cash, or when the anytime touchdown does cash, but you don't get the first touchdown? So you still lose the bet that you wanted. Why? When you can easily play the UFC at Dr. Roto, you just come here and get our information, listen to our podcast, and you get plus 2,700s, plus 1,400s, plus 2,200s, literally a minute and a half away from happening. This is easy numbers. I don't care about any of the sport books that are watching this. I'm out to find the best numbers and best finishes to win the most money for all of the pain bringers and our subscribers at Dr. Roto and anybody watching, Dan.
Man, my favorite one was the Michael Johnson one that I called this year.
That was good.
That was my favorite.
I gotta say that Michael Johnson call was insane. The fact that I even had that stupid ass bet on it was wild. Yeah. But like, you inspired me with your article, and you picked Michael Johnson, and it worked out perfect. He threw up the Philly shell. Dude was all lost up. Look, Jamal's back.
Did you hear about what the ball said about him training with young guys? That's like yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah, man, he's creepy as hell.
I think that's going to make everybody want, and on the day that, we got all that other political stuff happening. But dude, I did see that. But you know what? We're fighters. We get punched in the head, and he's going to get punched in the head a lot this week. He got punched in the head a lot with JDM. So he's going to say something stupid. Look, I spar 28-year-olds, 35-year-olds, and there's all, like, my daughter is 14, and she's a black belt, and I spar her. So I get where he came off, But the thing is I'm sparring. I'm not wrestling. So
Yeah, I mean, he just comes off creepy anyway. So I mean, it's just he is what he is. Yeah, I mean, he's a. I hope he gets beat up again.
I think a lot of people are being. It's just one of those things. But and did you see Costa? He said he goes. Did you see his thing towards RDR? He goes
No.
RDR versus Costa. Did you see it?
No.
No. He goes, all right. I want RDR versus Costa. He said the loser of the match is considered a 3-letter word that we will not say. I'm like, if you know Paulo Costa, you know the word he said. I just, dude, and it's just so funny that he's just pulling that stuff up. I'm like, why is this guy always talking about that stuff? It's like he has inner fetishes too. It's now all of a sudden we just got wild.
It's weird, man. What happened to all the nice guys in UFC, man? Like, where's Robert Whitaker at? What's he doing? I mean, he's just a nice guy.
Bro, dude, today it was funny. I was just listening to some stuff, and somebody actually just didn't refer. He was like, Demetrius Money Mouse. I was like, whoa. It's rare that it's usually like when you refer to Demetrius, it's usually just Money Mouse, and then or people just go Demetrius Johnson. It was like one of those things where it was like somebody just said the whole thing, and I'm like, oh, wow, he said the whole thing.
Mighty Mouse was that guy. He was that guy, man. The greatest flyweight ever.
Greatest, man. And that's your dude. Him and Robbie Lawler always hold a special.
Who?
Robbie Lawler.
Oh yeah. I mean, he was my favorite welterweight of all time. And did you watch the Lawler McDonald fight yet?
I have not. I have to get out of my fights and then I will watch it.
You gotta watch that fight.
I will watch it.
It's my favorite UFC fight of all time.
I will definitely watch that. We will get that on. But man, it's another great show, my brother. We had another great day. Yeah. I'm gonna see you in less than or just outside of a week.
Yes, sir. The day after Thanksgiving, man.
Dude, I got 8 tickets to the Bayfront Brawl. We're gonna have our guy Tony's gonna be fighting in that. So when
is that?
That's next Wednesday.
Oh yeah, not gonna be able to make it.
I know. I threw it out there. I dropped it on you. I waited, and I figured it's the middle of the week. There's probably no way. There's Thanksgiving. It's family time.
I do all the cooking on Thanksgiving, so I'll be cooking, man.
Yeah, there you go. But hey, at least we got it out there. At least I know. I threw some at Blake that I talk about, and I was like, hey, if you guys can make it, you and Tia, come on up. We'll throw that at. I'll throw you 2 tickets, and then the team's getting the rest. Me and Mahler are going. We're gonna watch some Bizarro boxing, and then there's gonna be some MMA. Our guy Tony Moffat's gonna be fighting in the octagon again. So he's gonna be fighting. He's like featherweight. Dude's like light. We were ripping on him how light he was.
He's like Molly's size.
I think Molly's bigger than Tony. And that's what makes her lethal when they spar, because then that just negates any of his speed because Molly's so super fast. That just kind of happens, man. All right, man. I'm gonna bow it out like this. I've got a tournament, so everybody that joins Dr. Roto using code word playoffs, expect that. But if you stay with Dr. Roto, me and Dan will make sure that you win a lot of money playing UFC. You want to check out all the podcasts. The Ultra Contrarian Show will be tomorrow. Unfortunately, Steve won't be able to make it as of right now that we know of, because again, I've got geese to wash or iron or whatever not, man, and we got football to watch. Well, I do. I want to go win some money tonight, so maybe I can do a kata, right?
That's right.
Getting the grand champion. But that's what we're doing, and I want to say thank you for the people that commented, watched, shared, used this. Please like, follow, share Dr. Roto and Bring the Pain on YouTube, Facebook.
Tell your friends. Tell your friends.
We're just having a good time, people. We want you to come in. We want to find finishes with you. We want to win you money. Who doesn't want to win money? Do you want to win money? Because we want you to win money. And that's what we're doing. Just jump on, people. All right, Dan. I love you, man. Another
brother.
great show. We're going to have and you catch us in 2 weeks for UFC 323 as we get ready to bring the pain.
Yo, everybody, it's Yo Ride. So let's get to it.
Bring the pain.
Thanks for stopping by the office. Get your fantasy prescription by subscribing to the channel and checking out drroto.com. Until the next visit, be well